What's happening, guys? So our lure review this week is going to be on the Jackall Squad Minnow. This is another Japanese ripbait, very high in quality. There's a lot of good components here and some cool features that we're going to go over. So let's check it out. Alright guys, so the Jackall Squad Minnow SP comes in 3 different sizes. I actually have the smallest size, which is the 95. It has a length of 4 inches, a weight of ½ ounce, a diving depth of 3 feet, and it is a suspending lure. The next one is the 115, the middle size. It has a length of 4½ inches, a weight of 5/9 of an ounce, and again, 3-foot suspending lure. And then the biggest one, the 128, has a length of 5 inches, a weight of 3/4 of an ounce, and 3 feet suspending lure again. Go ahead and give you guys a measurement of the lure. Take off my tape here. Let's see, so you can see. Let's see, without the rings, it is about 3 5/8 of an inch, and then with the rings, it's about 3 7/8, and then with the bill, it's about 4 1/4 inches. So it's right there with that .100 size, which you guys all know that's my go-to suspending jerkbait lure. So these are both kind of that ghost minnow pattern. I think this one's called Super Shad, but again, they're pretty much both ghost minnow. This one actually is ghost minnow, so just kind of give you guys an idea of what they look like up against each other. Pretty much the same exact size. So one of the things that I like about the Jackall lures, among a lot of other things I like about them, is the quality of their components. They use these on all the Jackall lures that I have. They use these black, they're either nickel or anodized split rings, and they're split rings on one side of them. If you look at them, if I can focus on it, you can see that one side only has 1 ring on it, and then the other side has 2 rings on it. So I normally tie my lure or tie my line onto the side that has 1 ring on it. So I turn this around, turn that around, and then I tie it on that 1 ring there. So, and then even the split rings down here, the round ones, are that black anodized or black nickel plating, just like the hooks. So in the hooks, I believe they use owners as their hooks. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that they're owner stingers on there. And then just like all the other Jackall lures that I have as well, they all have that distinctive holographic eye. It's kind of an irregular shape. So as far as the middle of the eye is concerned, but they have just a lot of depth of color in there too. You can see it's kind of green and orange, and then black in the middle. So a lot of detail in the eye, just like the rest of the bait. You can see that it's got a scale pattern and gill plates on it, and the mouth, and just a lot of detail on the bait. So, but you kind of come to expect that from Jackall lures and Japanese lures alike. You're going to pay that premium price, so you come to expect premium components and premium baits. Now, as far as the 3 sizes are concerned, I believe that the 115 and the 128 have weight transfer systems. In fact, I know at least one of them have weight transfer systems, and the 95 has a stationary weight system inside the body. So the 95, I'll speak to the 95, probably doesn't cast as well as the 115 and the 128, as this one does do a little bit of helicoptering in the air when you do an overhand cast. You do an underhand cast, it'll work just fine. You can get it out there, and it'll dart straight to the point that you're trying to get it to. So, but as far as the other ones, the 115 and 128, I'm sure they cast a little bit better because they do have moving weights that go to the rear of the bait. But the action of the bait is actually very good. I would either rip or jerk this bait. I think you can do either one of them because the bait actually has a good rolling action to it, and it also has a good darting action. When you look at the bill of the bait, it's kind of got a cupped lip to it. And it reminds me of a X-Wrap. And the X-Wraps to me have really, really good darting actions as well. So that's probably cup bill probably contributes to that, or the water probably just gathers up. I suspect probably just gathers up in here and pushes the bait off to the sides when you're running it through the water. So so if you guys want a good darting lure, you know, this one or the X-Wrap will do the job for you. So as far as the insides are concerned, though, it's got a really high-pitched, very loud rattle to it. You can hear it banging off the plastic of the lure, so it's got a really good rattle to it. You guys listen to the Pointer 100. It's high-pitched as well, but just not as loud. So if you guys like rattles, there you go. We've got two different colors here. I've got HL Aurora Black and Super Shad. Super Shad is very similar to Ghost Minnow. In fact, most of the Jackall lures that I've bought Ghost Minnow, and so I wanted to pick up Super Shad just to kind of see what the difference was, and there isn't a huge difference to them. So here's Super Shad. Super Shad actually has actually has a shad dot. There we go. Where Ghost Minnow doesn't have a shad dot on it. But you can see it's got a painted on scale pattern on the back. Maybe you can't see it. There you go. So you can kind of see that scale pattern that's painted on the back there. And it's kind of transparent. I mean, you can kind of see through it a little bit. You can see that big weight that's up here, and you can see the two tungsten balls that are in here, but they don't move. They don't come out of the place at all. So they are stationary weights. There's really no weight back here at all, so that's part of the reason why the lure doesn't cast as well as some of the other lures that are out there, because these weights that sometimes move in other baits, they don't shift to the back to help it cast. So, but the bait does have that nose down position in the water like you would expect from a good jerk bait, and it does have a good rolling and darting action and all the good stuff that you would expect. The bait does slowly float to the top. It's not a quick float by any means. It's not even a floating lure. It is a suspending lure. It just has a slow float to it. And if you guys want it to suspend a little bit better, just add a split ring or two onto the front, or possibly even a bigger hook. A bigger hook might be overkill, but add a split ring or two, and I bet that thing suspends perfectly inside the water. So anyway, here's Super Shad. And then the other one is HL Aurora Black. I really like this Aurora Black. I have a bunch of the Jackalls in the Aurora Black, and I really like it. You can see it's kind of got a holographic pattern onto the foil of it. It's not just a foil pattern, it's actually got a hologram finish to it. So you can see this is kind of a dark blue or black, if you will. Right there on the top you can see it says Squad Minnow 95, but kind of got a goldish gill plates to it and that black head. I really like this color a lot, which is the reason why I picked it up. I have it in their popper and a couple of their other baits that they make, and I've really enjoyed having this color in my tackle box, so I had to pick it up in their rip bait as well. So here is HL Aurora Black. Alright guys, so there it is, the Jackall Squad Minnow. I'm going to do the review of its brother, which is the Squirrel, I think it is. Yeah, the Jackall Squirrel, which is just a deep diving version of it. I'll probably get to that later this month, so stay tuned for that. I know I didn't purchase it from Tackle Warehouse, but we're going to do that review as well. So if you guys like the video, please hit the like button. I really appreciate that. And if you guys have any comments or questions or anything like that, I usually get to them about once a week. But if you guys have any comments or questions, leave them below and I will get back to you. And thanks for watching again, you guys. I really appreciate it, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.